Welcome to another episode of Data Theta Warren Vintage. We are live downtown Dallas right now. I want to let everybody that's watching right now to make sure you go to www.datathethawarren.com. It's going to include all information for guests and vendors for our events. And if you want to be interviewed, you can go on there and contact us on there as well. So, but today we got another interview here. We got Selected Archives here, and they got a really dope spot here downtown. Let's get to know these fellas and what got them into this and why we're here right now. So I'm gonna introduce James and Rambo. But we're gonna get to know these guys, see their favorite Data Theta warranties, and then the best part of all is show off their shop and what they got in the store. So let's get straight to it. So fellas, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, welcome. I do want to first off, I know I'm talking to you two representing Selected Archives, and I'm gonna actually start with you, James. What exactly do you want the store to actually look like for a first-time guest?
Honestly, we pretty much try to cut out the bullshit that you see in every other store. Typical cowboy tees, typical NFL tees. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but we try to be the store that doesn't have that because it's too common. Every store has that. Right. Every vintage store you go to. So we get a little pickier with our t-shirts. Sometimes we're a little more high-end, but we do get low-end ones. It's just the thing is we just want to be different when it comes to inventory.
Yeah. Not just that, we want customers and people, once they walk in, we want to make them feel welcome. And our main focus was make our store look like our closet and make people feel welcome and just keep coming back.
Yeah, cool. And you guys have had this shop here for
2 months.
2 months. So these guys just opened up the shop here off North Irvay, downtown Dallas. 211 Irvay, 9th floor. Why don't you tell people where you guys were doing before this specific location, and what were you guys doing before then? I'll start with you, James.
We were just going to the events everybody was hosting. We hosted with Denby, Littrell, Texas. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Littrell.
But yeah, all of us were pretty much posting up with each other. Just kept the inventory with us at the house. Do the shows, take the inventory out. Other than that, then sell them online maybe at their own time.
How long have you guys known each other, and what got you guys into business together right now?
So we've been knowing each other for quite some bit. It all started through shoes and Supreme.
Yeah,
honestly.
We were doing deals with each other, and we just kept on hanging out with each other. You know, talking to each other through Facebook, asking each other like questions about other pieces and stuff like that. And so that's pretty much how it just evolved. Also, one side note, we have a third member who's not here right now. He's in Mexico, Willie. Shout out to him. I was gonna print out a picture of him.
Put it right on the cardboard.
Yeah, I forgot to.
Yeah, shout out to
We do have a third member.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys, obviously, I know these guys before this interview, just like everybody else, and I do like that these guys, the name represents exactly who they are. I mean, they are very selective. They pick very, very selected pieces, coming from their heads, which is really amazing. And I can't wait for y'all to see some more. So we're gonna go into showing some shots of the shop and some really dope tees. So let's get right into it.
Everybody pretty much knows me as the rap tee guy. Mm-hmm. So this is pretty much my top 3 rare rap tees that I own. You normally never see this ever, and if you ever see this online, it's more than likely a reprint. But this is probably one of my rarest rap tees that I own.
Okay, and you like that one specifically because of how rare it is, exactly?
Yeah, and I got this back in the day for $150.
See, the game is a little different.
So this piece probably goes for a good amount of money. I got it for a steal, consider it. Mm-hmm. And then This piece in particular means a lot to me because this is my very first rap tee. Shout out to Casa Vintage. Shout out to Big A and Ass Pizza. So this is the first ever rap tee that I ever got. So it means a lot. This is what it started off. Master P.
Nice.
This piece I got from Data Fed and Warren.
Hey.
A stupid rare
That is nice.
Ice Cube piece that I caught. Shout out to that dude that sold it to me. And then I know this isn't vintage, but really this is how I started collecting vintage was through Supreme. So this is one of the pieces that I'll probably never get rid of. It's a Shibuya box logo, the opening in Japan, only released in Japan.
Awesome. I didn't know much about that tee personally until when I came in here. Just a pretty rare Supreme piece, and
Yeah.
I know we keep it really vintage, but I love the fact that you did incorporate that into how you come onto being selected archives,
Yeah.
bro. And having those pieces, I mean, those are hand in hand. I do know that because even when it comes to cost, you know, about like really about the same, if not like some of the Supreme stuff does go for a little bit more. So
Yeah,
but
not just that, we just want everybody to know that in Selected Archives, we don't just focus on vintage. We try to touch a little bit of everything. We try to be as diverse as we can. We try to have Supreme, Japanese pieces, vintage pieces, a little bit of everything, really.
awesome. All right. And you guys are coming out to Houston. Gonna probably show some stuff off, or maybe if you guys can make it out there. But I mean, anything else you want to tell viewers that are watching about yourself, or I mean, maybe what times you'll be up here to catch you, or y'all do appointment only, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here at Select the Archive, we do only do appointment only.
Okay.
So whenever you want to book an appointment or you want to come to the store, you're more than welcome. Just feel free to DM us, and we'll try to get you an appointment as soon as possible.
Okay. And I know we're talking to you too, but there is a third partner by the name of Willie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Rambo. Rambo's Art Guys on Instagram, right?
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
other page, Rambo's
Alright.
Archives.
Yeah, you can follow that page as well. So, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
To start, this is a bootleg that somebody made. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Gigi Allen. He's some people don't like him. I understand. He's a pretty outrageous character. I'm a huge Gigi Allen fan. As you can see, he's, you know, probably not the one for everybody. It's this Tank Girl from 95.
Nice.
So, front and back.
Okay.
It's a comic and also, well, comic turned movie.
Right.
When I was a kid, we would have sleepovers at my friend's house down the street, and around 3 o'clock in the morning, this would show on HBO. And we stayed up all night watching it, and every weekend, for some reason, it always showed at the same time. So whenever we had the sleepovers, we always waited for this to come on, and so we watched it,
Nice.
and we just loved it. It's a horrible movie, but it's the,
I hadn't
you
seen
know,
it. I actually haven't seen it. So.
Yeah, you're not missing out on nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really just when I found it, I had to have it. I actually traded a Wu-Tang shirt for this. That went for
Wow.
a lot more, but I had to have this, and I was like, the meaning. It's just crazy because those are friends I don't have anymore. They're gone in their lives. We all went our own ways, and this
That
always
just-
reminds me of like my childhood.
Of
almost.
home, like it brings
Yeah, when
you
I lived in
home.
Fort Worth. So
That is awesome, man.
this one is a Quentin Tarantino. So in 1994 or 5, can't remember. It's 4, yeah. When Pulp Fiction came out, he premiered it at the Cannes Film Festival, and he won the Palme, what was it, the Palme d'Or award. And so they made this shirt to commemorate him winning this. So this is extremely hard to find.
Wow. All right, and that's gonna be a wrap of another episode of Dated Faded Worn Vintage. I want to give a shout out to Rambo,
Appreciate you, bro.
James, Father James, and I'm giving a major shout out to Selected Archives, the downtown Dallas that we in on this lovely day, state of Texas, and most of all, the Vintage Train Station. www.datedfadedworn.com for all information on what's next to come. Until then,